Thank you. Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here. I love Project Echo. I am a walking Echo commercial, and I think I have a problem because every conference I go to, I really try to shut it down and not dominate the conversation about Echo, but it happens. So thank you. So I'm going to start this morning out with a very important question. Am I the only one who's ever wondered why Disney stories insist on writing tragedies that often involve parents? Mufasa, father of the Lion King, dies a tragic death. Bambi's mother, killed by hunters. The evil queen orders the murder of her stepdaughter, Snow White. I gotta wonder, what was going on in the minds of those scriptwriters? If Alicia worked for Disney, Alicia would rewrite those stories. So unfortunately, tragedies just don't happen in fairy tales. They happen in real life as well. I'm certain every one of us in this room know of a real life situation that we sure wish would have gone a different way. What if there was a possibility to rewrite those stories? Well, most of you in this room know, but for those who don't, that possibility is a reality because Project Echo has been rewriting stories since 2003. The proudest moment of my professional career was when Dr. Kristen Soul pulled me in her office and invited me to be on the Echo Autism Hub team at the University of Missouri Thompson Center. I left her office so excited because I knew this was it. Her vision for Echo Autism was exactly what we needed to ignite radical change in the way we care for children and families, and I got to be part of that. And my excitement was not only professional, however. It was extremely personal. In 2001, my son Samuel was a year old. He was the cutest little guy on the planet, but I noticed some differences. And although those differences were just kind of subtle, so I just kind of dismissed them. But by age 2, those differences were more obvious, and by age 3, I could deny my greatest fear no longer. Sam had autism. The confirmation of this diagnosis was very long and very painful, and to be quite honest, nearly destroyed me. I was very confused and I felt helpless. I'm a mom, I'm supposed to fix things, but I couldn't fix this because I had no knowledge of autism. Yet I had tons of questions and assumptions just swirling in my head that led me down to a path of what I can best describe as the unknown. Place that left me paralyzed with the grief of knowing that my child's journey, his life was going to be very different from what I imagined, and the tremendous guilt of not bringing those concerns to my physician earlier. You see, I didn't have any answers, and I had all these questions, and they just kind of tortured me throughout the time. We lived in a small rural town in south central Missouri, nearest specialist an hour and a half away, and of course, significant wait time. So I'd take my long list of questions to our pediatrician's office every time I would go in, and he was the first to admit, I'm so sorry, I don't have autism expertise or any close connections with specialists. So you see, Dr. McEnany didn't have the luxury of sharing and learning with a group of experts and professionals that were like-minded and had an interest in autism. But because he was an incredible man and physician, he used his personal time to search for those answers to my questions. And although he couldn't provide me with all the answers, the specifics he did share brought me great comfort and started giving me a glimmer of hope. When Sam was diagnosed, 1 in 250 individuals had autism in the United States. Today, that statistic has exploded to 1 person in 68. Yet there are less than 600 developmental behavioral pediatricians. Clearly, that's a significant gap. And most may not know that autism is a very, very complex disorder. It's so much more than the 2 core symptoms, which are differences in social communication and differences in behavior. Autism has many co-occurring medical and psychiatric conditions associated with this disorder, not to mention it affects every member of the family. Oftentimes, care goes way beyond the patient, and whole care for the whole family is required, making expert knowledge ever so vital. ECHO Autism in the past 2.5 years has truly revolutionized the way that we care for children and families with autism. Today, physicians do have a place where they can share and learn from experts who have a common, and other peers who have a common interest in autism. Families are getting answers to their questions and getting their assumptions validated or disproven. That's a great thing. My home community has an ECHO provider who's been with us since the beginning. So the story I had, not the story of today's families in Rolla, Missouri, thanks to Dr. Aboyji. We started out in 2015, and we launched a pilot study, and we learned that ECHO Autism was an effective model to increase knowledge of practitioners, allowing them to, and confidence to treat these patients, allowing them to better screen, refer, and manage these co-occurring conditions. Today, Dr. Kristen Sohl and Dr. Micah Mazurek are leading a randomized controlled trial, replicating our Missouri pilot study to 10 Autism Speaks Autism Treatment Network sites across the United States and in Canada. Thank you, yes. We're about halfway through the study. It runs through 2018, and get ready for more applause. This is spreading knowledge to our participants, approximately 150 physicians and nurse practitioners. Think about the echo of that work to families. Applause, please. Another thing to know about autism is it doesn't discriminate. It affects individuals and families all over the world. So in addition to partnering or mentoring our study sites, we are very dedicated to mentoring sites across the globe. If a group wants to know about autism or spread autism best practice care to their communities, we will freely share what we've learned and our resources, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can start rewriting stories today. We also know that early childhood is the most critical window for intervention success. But kids are waiting up to 18 months on a wait list. That's nearly criminal. So we started thinking, could the ECHO model allow us to coach and mentor community practitioners to evaluate and diagnose autism? Well, one plane ride home, several brainstorming sessions, and a partnership with the University of New Mexico's Dr. Courtney Burnett, we developed the ECHO Autism STAT program. Today, a group of Missouri physicians, 18 of them, are not only have expertise in autism, but they are able to evaluate and diagnose a cohort of children with the most obvious autism symptoms between the ages of 14 to 48 months. This is really exciting for these families. This would have been the window that Sam was in, and I know that it would have been a very different story had we had this program. So I'm extremely proud of that. So today, my Sam is 16. He's the tallest one in the family. I'm missing a daughter in this picture, but he's taller than her too. And he inspires me to be a better person every single day. And although I have a lot more knowledge than I did at the time of diagnosis, the truth is autism is a lifelong journey. Each phase brings a different set of questions and assumptions that always will require support from professionals with autism expertise. That's why I'm so thankful for Dr. Kristen Sohl and her very bold vision for how stories are to be written in the future. This not only makes a difference for my family moving forward, but endless families, infinite families. She challenges our team to keep taking ECHO Autism to the next level so that eventually all individuals and families affected by autism will receive best practice autism care throughout the lifespan. You see my story 14 years ago? It's not the story of today's families. Project ECHO has given us the power to rewrite those stories. So I want to leave you with a challenge. Step outside your comfort zone. Think outside the box and think about ways you could keep taking your ECHO to the next level, because I assure you there are infinite possibilities. And together, We can touch 1 billion lives by 2025, and we can continue to change the world one story at a time. Thank you.